Hey guys, this is Anthony Esparza, and welcome back to The Shorter Realtor. Today I wanted to spend some time talking about books and how they are such a powerful place to gain knowledge from. So I have a few books I want to share with you guys today. If you're watching, I will show them on the camera. If you're listening to the podcast, I'll give you the name and author, and I'll throw them in the description too. That way you can go check them out. So first thing about books is books aren't like a fun thing to do. They're not really like something people do for fun. I mean, some people probably read books for fun, but I always hated books going up through grade school, up to high school. I never really liked reading. I would do the most minimum reading I could. Like for a class, if I had history class and I had to read a chapter for the test, I would like do the minimum amount of work. I was always trying to like cut corners through books and just do the least amount of reading that I could. I hated reading. I didn't see the benefit of it. Obviously I was smaller. I never really committed to it. And especially language arts class. Language arts class, I hated reading those books. All I would ever do is look up the chapter summary and write my little report about the chapter, right? So I could get out of reading my 10 pages or whatever. But now that I'm older and now that I'm looking to gain more knowledge about different topics, whether it's self-growth or marketing or real estate, I'm learning that there is so much information in books and it is so cheap. It's like going to college to be a surgeon. Let's say you're going to school to be a surgeon. You're going to have a lot of textbooks you got to read through. And the majority of your information is going to be found through those textbooks. That's how you're going to learn most of the things you do. And then you're going to go out and try them. You're going to go out and implement those things while you're doing surgery or while you're watching another surgeon do it. So books are really a good way to almost rewire your mind. I like to think of books as if they are programs, and I like to think of our mind as the computer. So when you're born, you have this computer, it's empty, and it's programmed by the things you see around you. That's how you create habits. That's how you create personality. That's how you create all these things you do in life. And it stays that way. It just gets stiffer and stiffer and stiffer to break. And then, you have your brain or computer in your mind and you read a book. And a book has programming within the words. So I like to think of books as like programs for your computer. And that's kind of the way I look at books nowadays. And I have such a strong belief that it can rewire and change your thinking. And it can do amazing things for you in your life. It can do amazing things for you in your life. When I first started reading, and it was around the time I got my real estate license, I read a lot of self-growth books. So the first book I want to show you guys, let's just jump into this, is The 1% Rule by Tommy Baker. This is my all-time favorite book. I will read this book once a year, every single year. I have gone through this book, highlighted the things I like. I've written little notes in it everywhere. And on the front page it says, how to fall in love with the process and achieve your wildest dreams. This is the number one book that I recommend everybody should read. Whether you own a business or whether you want to do some self-growth for yourself, this book breaks it down and it shows you exactly how to do it. That book, actually all three of these books were recommended to me by my broker, and my broker was just on my last YouTube video and podcast, Keith Callister. He's awesome. Shout out to that man. Books are awesome. I have read a whole bunch of books. I think you should read one book a month if you can. A great way to figure that out. Let's say you have 30 days in a month and This book has 300 pages, which means you need to read 10 pages every single day. It could be the first thing you do in the morning. Second book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. An easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. So when I say it could be the first thing you do in the morning, right? A lot of us, first thing we did in the morning is wake up, reach right for our phones, get on social media, who texted me, who tagged me in their social media post, who posted on Instagram, did that new music drop, did the new YouTube video drop, etc., etc. Well, this book kind of helped me change some of my bad habits I had. Instead of getting up in the morning and spending an hour and a half on my phone laying in bed, I started getting up in the morning, going for a walk, making myself breakfast, having a much more productive morning than I did in the past. And I can tell you, books have been a game changer for me. I am a completely different person I am right now making this YouTube video than when I was like a year and a half ago. And I credit a lot of my stuff to books. Books have changed the way I think, have changed the way I view the world, have changed the way I operate my business. There's so many things you can gain from books. You don't have to like everything in a book, but you can pick and choose the parts you want to take and implement and try into your life or into your business or into your, whatever it is, into your dinosaur study, whatever the book is. For me, I like to read a lot of self-growth and real estate related books and marketing related books. And to tie in with marketing related books, I have this book, and this is my number 3 favorite. It's called Marketing Rebellion: The Most Human Company Wins, and this is by Mark Schaefer. It is the best marketing book I have ever read. I take so many things out of this book and use it as how I market my business. If I could break that book down, it talks about how there's a whole marketing rebellion going on, and the traditional ways of marketing are dying, and there's a new way to market now, and you got to find your people, you got to find your group, you got to find your island, as Mark Schaefer mentions, and you got to market through those people. The people are your marketers. It's not your billboards, it's not your TV commercials anymore. Anyways, I can do a whole rundown on this book on a different podcast, YouTube video, but that is great. If you own a business, go buy Marketing Rebellion. You can find it for like $15 on Amazon. And that's the other super cool thing about books is books are so cheap and you get so much from them. With books, you take knowledge and you can teach other people, you can implement it into your own business, and you can better yourself and you can change your way of thinking. There's so many positives in a book. It's almost stupid not to invest into a book. A book is like $30 at most, right? If you're getting like hardcover books like this, it's like $30 at most. I've never seen a book more than $35. Besides like maybe like the new Guinness Book of World Records or a huge encyclopedia. But I urge you guys, go read a book about what you like. Like if you want to better yourself and better the way you think, and maybe you want to learn how to make more friends or learn how to influence people, there's books about that. There's a book called How to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. That's an amazing book. It's not just for business. It's great for self-growth. There's books, when you're kind of sad and depressed. There's books that teach you how to be happy and outgoing and have a positive outlook on life. There's books if you want to learn more about butterflies, if you want to learn more about dinosaurs, if you want to learn how to put a plate in somebody's wrist, right? If you want to be a surgeon, there are endless options to educate yourself out there. And if you haven't read a book, pick a topic. If you like sports, go find a sports book. If you want to learn about business, let's take stocks. Let's say you want to learn about the stock market and how stocks operate. Go buy a book or a few books about the stock market and read 10 pages a day. Do it right before you go to bed, or do it in the morning, or do it on your lunch break. You can find 10 minutes of your day, 10 to 20 minutes of your day to read 10 pages out of a book. And make sure you do it every day. You should get through the book within like a month, and you will come away with so many new insights that you have never thought of. You will come away so much more educated in the stock market than you would have before reading the book. And you're going to go and tell your friends about it, and that's going to help you remember it and retain that information more. So books are great education. You got to look at it as education, and it's cheap, and you get to choose what you learn about. They're awesome. They helped turn my life around, and they have helped me grow my business. They have helped me become a better person, and they have helped me create a good path to achieve my goals. And when you read books and you find books you really love, for example, like this marketing book, it's almost like I'm preaching this book, right? Maybe 2 of you might go buy it, and that's exactly what this book wants. And that's the irony of it. It's so funny. But you almost market books to people like, hey, you need to read this. I learned so much. I have changed my ways of thinking. I am such a better person. I have better habits now. And they work wonders. Read one book, give it a try yourself, and tell me I'm wrong. So, yeah, books are pretty awesome. There's a lot to learn and a lot to take away from books. And try reading one a month. Try reading 10 pages a day if you can. They are super, super helpful. Thought I'd make a little video and podcast about books today, so that's what I did. I really enjoy them. They've helped me a lot personally, and I recommend you give them a shot. Anyways, that is all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in. It means the world to me when you guys watch my YouTube videos and like them and subscribe to them and listen to my podcast. It means the world to me. Thank you guys again. Like always, good people deserve good things. I'll see you next time.